If you have a vinyl business, you're considering starting one, or even if you just use a lot of vinyl when you're crafting as a hobby, then it's important that you store this vinyl correctly so that it doesn't get damaged, it's easily accessible, and so you can see what you have as well, so you're not buying multiples of the same thing. So in this video, I thought I would just go over a few different options that you have, no matter what your budget is and no matter how much space you have as well. So if you're just starting out and you're trying different vinyls, or if you tend to order lots of different colours and patterns, so you end up with lots of kind of sheets of A4 or letter size, then there are a few different ways that you can store those. So you could get a folder like I have for my vinyl scraps, like this one. It does just make it a little bit harder to see what you have, however, without opening it up all the time. Or you could look into craft storage boxes like these ones. Again, they're not that easy to see what you have, but you could at least label these. And they shouldn't take up too much space. If you want something that is a bit more accessible and open, however, then you could look into shelving. And there are various different options you could do for this. Look for craft room solutions on Pinterest for inspiration for those. As you can see, there are tons of different ways you can do it. So I only really purchase vinyl rolls rather than sheets. So this is my setup. I started with this trolley which fits my Cricut on the top as well, and it was perfect when I was just starting out as I didn't have as much space, and it fit all of my vinyl in it as well as my envelopes. Now I have a lot more stock, so it doesn't fit it all in there, but I still keep the rolls that I use less often in this right hand side in the bigger drawers. I then also have a calyx from IKEA that I keep my black, gold, white and silver rolls stood up in, and then my transfer tape is in this box. These are so great for storage as they're a good price, they're really easy to assemble, and there are so many different ways you can use them to hold different items in. They have been a lifesaver for me as I need so much room for storing my packaging and different bits and pieces. Pre-made racks. If you have a really busy vinyl business or you want to expand what you're currently doing because you're running out of space with what you have, then there are a number of pre-made racks that you can buy from vinyl suppliers and other businesses. They do tend to be on the pricier side, but they will be a lot sturdier if you tend to use larger rolls like I do. This one from MDP is suitable for wall mounting, or there are a number of standing racks from Walsh Graphics here in the UK as well. And then this heavy duty one from Wensco would be great as well. If you already buy from a wholesale vinyl supplier, then perhaps it might be worth getting in touch with them to see what solutions they might be able to offer you, because if they don't have something for sale, they might know someone who does. DIY options. If you have a tighter budget, however, or you just like to do stuff DIY, then there are so many ideas out there as well, some really creative ones. If you have a maker or another machine that cuts through thicker materials, then you can use this file to create your own roll holder, which I thought was just the perfect DIY option for this. This is a fabulous idea from Spicy Pinecone using a grid wall and brackets. It was a bit on the pricier side, but still a lot cheaper than pre-made options. Houseful of Handmade has some free build plans for this DIY vinyl storage rack, which would fit so many rolls on it. It'd be amazing. Perfect if you're handy or know someone who is. I also thought this was a great idea from Benjamin Nelson, which is actually meant as a cameo roll holder for using with your machine, but if you tend to work with the same one colour a lot and it could do with its own holder, then I think this would be perfect. I will add all of these links to a blog post so that you can access them, and I will link that in the description and in the comments. And then just have a search on Pinterest for even more ideas as well, because there are so many different ways people have done this to keep their craft rooms organised. Budget options. Then if you're just starting out and want something super quick but also super cheap, then there are a few budget options to choose from as well. A lot of people use these plastic bag dispensers. They are really affordable and easy to get a hold of if you live locally to IKEA. I think you can sometimes get them online as well for cheap. However, they are only really suitable if you use smaller rolls of vinyl. You can also get hanging roll holders that aren't too expensive. Check out Amazon for lots of different options. I haven't used these, so I don't know how much they will hold up, but if you are only starting with like a few smaller rolls, then hopefully this should work for you. Then there are some other pre-made wall mounted options that are on the cheaper end, like these 3D printed ones on Etsy. And they should be fairly simple to adhere to the wall, and it's the type of thing you can kind of build up as you go along if you've got a limited budget right now. So as you can see, there are so many different ideas out there, and I feel like I've just scratched the surface, but hopefully that has given you a little bit of inspiration. You just need to kind of think about how much space you have, what your budget is, will you be storing rolls or sheets, and then hopefully one of the ideas that I've just mentioned will work for you. Let me know if you have any other great ideas for storing vinyl in the comments. And please don't forget to like, follow and subscribe for more videos like this in future.